Is this thing on?
Is what on? Yeah, we're on. Yeah.
It's good radio, baby.
Woo-hoo. Can't wait to hear you guys.
Right.
God, you guys are cool, man.
Rock.
You have no music, but you're cool.
Well, I'll sing you a song.
I want you to look at my cat.
It's the most adorable animal in the world.
He's sleeping right now.
Them and white tigers. They're the coolest.
Them and white tigers. And you know what I was thinking about doing?
What's that?
Putting my head in their mouth.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Training them.
Oh. I would start with Barbie dolls. How about that?
Barbie dolls.
Yeah,
their mouths are like teeny. Put my head in their mouth.
Well, how about one of them Happy Meal toys then? How about starting with that? The little weebles.
They're very funny. They're very cute. They're very, 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 very furry. This is some good radio today.
Well, we haven't started yet. We're just talking.
Why?
It's all good. We're gonna pull back the curtain.
Because we're stinky.
Everybody's gonna know everything.
We're stinky. We're so smelly.
Stinky. Thank God for daily showers.
We're very leaky people.
We're leaky.
What is it about leaky people? People leak and people stink.
People do stink.
Oh my God.
Sometimes my boss at work,
Sometimes I stink.
He'll breathe on me and I want to crumble.
Oh, that's good to say.
Well, he smokes cigarettes and he chews.
I know some of those people.
He puts that Copenhagen in his mouth and it smells like horse poop.
All right.
I think that works fine. Hey, there's your $5,000.
Yeah. Hey, that went for $5,000.
Call somebody.
I'm trying to.
Oh, call 411.
Oh, right.
Ask them for the number for... So does that mean that they can hear us? They make phones with a remote keypad. The kind you clip on your belt. So maybe we could get one of those instead of a $5,000 thingamajigger. I guess we need more than one line, though, don't we?
Yeah, that's the
other.
Charles.
Hey, Charles, it's Cassie.
Yes, Cassie, how are you?
You're on the air, buddy.
What's that?
You're on the air.
Good. As I should be.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing terrific. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
What's our topic today?
Let's see. So far, our topic has been, can we engineer a studio?
Yeah, we were calling you for a topic, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, my topic today is, why do we put up with bull?
Oh, that's a good one.
Why do we do it?
Okay.
You know it's wrong. It causes anxiety. It causes heartache. But yet we still do it.
We've already been on for at least 12 minutes.
Is anybody listening?
No.
It's okay. Don't tune in. We'll be back right after these messages.
We have no audience, but the show will go on, Charles.
And we have no commercials, so I don't know what messages you're talking about.
We want commercials. We want sponsors.
Yeah.
Today's sponsored by Head and Shoulders.
I told Dan that we can't talk about products if they haven't really sponsored us yet. So.
Well, actually, if we want an audience, I can just go to speakerphone at the Baja.
And do what?
What?
I can put my phone on speakerphone, and then we'll have an audience.
Oh, are you in a room full of a whole bunch of people?
I actually stepped away.
Oh, okay. Where are you? Are you partying? Where are you at?
No, I'm actually walking my dog right now.
Oh, you're walking your dog.
Yes.
What an amazing world. We're walking your dog, you're on the phone, you're on the radio.
It's amazing.
Only
in LA.
We're going to be on the internet. It's amazing.
It's really pretty incredible. I think what's
But
amazing.
we're on the internet. We need to have pictures that people can send in so you can put on the phone with their picture.
Hey, that's clever.
Hey, there you go. That's a good one. They can put their
If
picture
people
up.
have internet access, they can send in their picture, and then we can just put their name and text underneath it.
That's a great idea. People will love that.
Oh, yeah. Here's your 15 minutes, baby.
That's it.
And with these new PCS video phones, we could do it in real time.
And you know what's incredible? Technology's incredible. It's amazing. I mean, really.
Hey, if we can think about it, we can do it.
Well, that's the whole thing, is hopefully we can think about it. The question is why do human beings put up with so much bull?
I don't think we can say that on the air, though, can we?
No, we can't say bull.
Yeah.
We can or can't? Cannot. Okay, we can say bull.
We can say crap.
Bull crap. Well,
Yeah,
we don't know
crap.
what we don't know what we can say because the FCC won't tell us.
And
No,
Cassie,
but
I'm watching right now. My buddy Steve came up, and I believe he put together a list for me already of the phone numbers that we could possibly use. So when I get done talking to him, I'll probably have some phone numbers that you can look at beside.
oh, how lovely! Because we need those so we can start advertising so people can call in. How nice!
1-800-bullcrap.
Yeah, if there's no viewers to complain, can we still swear?
Yes, we can actually, and you know what? The
If a tree
FCC
falls
doesn't.
in the forest and nobody's around, does it make a sound?
We can still swear then,
I guess so.
because the FCC has no rules in the internet,
That's true.
and this is the final frontier here.
Oh, well, I'm not sure about that. You're not allowed to look at child porn, so I guess they have their fingers on some stuff.
Well, that's a crime. That's
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
They
that's
sent
not,
threatening letters too, and I don't appreciate it. I mean,
They sent them threatening letters to you, Charles?
yeah, it's always best to listen to them, write back.
Ah,
They seem to swarm up in teams if you don't.
so you went ahead and disband your porn site.
Yeah, I had to.
Okay, well, good for you. I'm glad you did that. That was
I felt it was best.
yeah. That was well. You're a smart man. So, why do you think we put up with bull crap?
Hi, ladies. Sweet Jesus, I love the beach.
Oh, is there beautiful ladies there, Charles?
Yeah. This
Aw.
one's got a nice little bubble butt too. Little thick, but I like them that way.
Little thin?
thick.
Little thick.
Oh, little thick.
Yeah.
You like thick bubble butts?
No, just thick. Like she's got some meat on her. She could take a good beating.
What? Are you into this S&M?
If they're too frail, they hurt too much. Ow, that hurts. A little thicker they are, they take a little better in bed.
Okay. Are you beating them up, or are you just loving them real hard, Charles?
Just loving them hard.
Just loving them hard. Okay. Okay, just checking.
No, of course. No
So-
one couldn't lay a hand on a woman. My
so-
father would kick my ass.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. That's just not in me. You have to be very angry to want to hit a woman.
Yeah, we're pretty nice creatures.
What's that?
We're pretty good creatures.
Well, no. You just...
What?
Relationships are tough, Cass. As you know.
Relationships are what?
Tough.
Tough. Tough, like beef jerky?
Like a what?
Like beef jerky?
Like beef jerky. No matter how hard you chew, still tough.
That should be no matter how hard you lick.
If you lick right, it ain't hard. Or it could be.
I hope it is if you lick right. Uh-oh, my brother's sitting across from me. We're talking sexual
He's
here.
Grossed out. I'd be grossed out if my sister was saying that.
Everything is an innuendo to a man. It's like, well, I'd like to rotate her tires. Everything is innuendo.
Bubble butt, let me ride it rough, you know.
So you're down at the beach, huh, Charles?
What's that?
You're down at the beach?
Yeah.
What beach you at?
I'm in the Marina Del Rey.
Cool. It's beautiful down
Yeah.
there. Still overcast?
Yeah. It's actually gorgeous right now. The sun came out a little bit. A couple of clouds. Nothing too thick.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Put one of them beautiful women on the phone.
What's that?
Put one of them beautiful women on the phone.
I can. What's that, honey? The other dog? She's at home. Oh. Just chilling.
You only handle one at a time.
Yeah, when I want to keep it mellow. How you doing? Terrific. You look fabulous.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Your hair looks great. All right.
Ooh, we got like firsthand. You running into now? Who's this female that you just ran into and gave a big sloppy kiss to?
No, this is one of the owners of the surf shop up the street where I normally do my shopping.
Okay.
Her name is Jackie. I met her 11 years ago when I first got out here. When I first moved here, I walked into the store and I said, "You'll be seeing a lot of me." And she goes, "All right, well, we'll see." And I've been a customer of hers for 11 years now. Her husband, Roy, owns the shop.
Are you a surfer?
What's that?
Are you a surfer?
No, I never became a surfer. I never understood getting up early in the morning and jumping in cold water. Didn't make sense to me.
But didn't you say they were an owner of a surf shop or a liquor
Yeah,
or a
surf
liquor
shop,
store?
Clothing also.
Oh, clothing.
T-shirts, shorts, bathing suits, things like that.
Oh, okay.
And
Retail
they also
clothes.
sell surfboards and stuff.
Okay, I got it. I wasn't quite getting the connection yet,
Right.
but finally got it. How nice, Charles. So why do you think we put up with so much bullshit? I think it has to do with sex.
What's that?
I think it has to do with sex.
Everything?
Pretty much.
I think it has
Oh,
to do
yeah,
with money.
I agree. Everything is designed for sex. You get a nicer car, you get better women. You work harder to make more money and take out better-looking chicks. I think everything comes back to that.
I agree.
Why do you stay with somebody that you're not happy with? Probably the sex.
Because if you leave her, she'll kill you.
I think one of our sponsors should be Trojan Condoms, for sure.
Oh, for sure. Would you go make sure you call them up and let them know?
Can't you hear right now? Trojan Bam!
Dun, 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 dun.
The Cassie Hour is sponsored by Trojan. Please, don't leave home without it.
Don't leave home without it.
For everything else, there's MasterCard. As for this, there's Trojan.
Yeah. Well, you can, with the MasterCard, you can buy the Trojans.
Exactly.
But you can't use a MasterCard instead of a Trojan. Because it will not work.
So how's everything working over there? Is it working good now?
Yeah.
You can hear me good?
I can hear you excellent. You're on your own mic, and you know it's a weird way to get a call right now, but I've got something archaic and it's working, and you have great signal coming in. So
It's just like down on the farm.
it's just like down on the farm. What the? Huh?
What's that?
Dan says it's just like down on the farm.
You know, where
What does that mean?
they don't have that even fancy electronics. They have to put their phone up to a microphone
Yeah.
if they want to take calls.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
We're just like the farm.
Down on the farm.
Down on the farm. No, this is just called Poor Studio right now.
Way back in the
This is-
in the 20th century.
Yeah, but we will have the technology. We will overcome. The
yeah.
The technology's available, even if I do have to scratch everybody's eyes out.
Wouldn't it be nice if we just do this for a living, just talk?
Yeah, I have a feeling that that's what's going to happen because that's my plan. Because that's what I'm really good at.
We're gonna have to be a lot more interesting than this, though.
Well, that's true. That requires a little bit of practice.
Yeah, you're normally a pretty quiet person.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I am so not.
Who is this?
Yeah. Who are
You
you
were
talking?
last night.
I was last night.
Yeah.
Was I? I was quiet because I was
It was
depressed.
hilarious when I put my hat on you.
Yeah?
That was money shot. I
Really?
wish I had a camera.
Yeah, why did I just look totally just like, you know,
Out of it.
wasted?
And then you had a hat on that said loaded.
Well,
That was
I
great.
did have a few drinks, so, you know, I was
Yeah, you had a couple cocktails in you.
I was pretty loaded. But you know what though? I didn't really feel like it. I looked like it though, huh?
You look. You did.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna sugarcoat that one because you look tore up from the floor up.
Yeah. Ooh.
You look like you've been on like a 3-day binge.
I just get a few drinks in me and I'm on a 3-day binge. But how many drinks did you have last night?
Oh, I don't know. 20, 25? Fuck, I don't know. I don't keep track.
20, 25. Wow. I could not keep up with that.
No, no. That's actually what happens to most girls that I date. They try to keep up. They think they can come out at 10 in the morning. They think they can go till, 1 in the morning. And it just ends up hurting them.
Do you try to stop them and say, don't do it, honey? Don't.
I try to say, I
Just
need a
don't
little
go
time
with
for
me.
myself. Me and the boy, well, I can't go? Well, sure, you can come along. Then 6 months later, they're in rehab, and, it's just not pretty for girls.
But let me just ask you, can't they just come along and not drink so much?
I've never seen it. And then when they realize that they have a problem, they always do, you do too. I said, look, some people call it a problem. I call it a gift.
And the gift is?
The gift is being able to go out and play all day long and not change my demeanor at all. I'm the same person after 20 cocktails that I am after one, or before one, or while I'm at work. I'm the same person. I'm energetic. I compliment people. I'm always looking for the best in people. That's just who I am.
So
it doesn't alter my state of mind or my thought process.
So why do you do it then?
What's that?
Why do you do it if it doesn't do those two things? Isn't that why people do drugs and
I
alcohol?
feel different. Are you kidding me?
Oh.
20 cocktails, I'm hammered.
Oh, okay.
I just don't show it like other people.
Oh, how do you know?
What's that?
How do you know when you're so hammered if other people don't see you being hammered?
You just know. You know when you screw up. You know when you embarrass yourself. You know when you do something wrong.
Right.
And it makes you a better driver too.
No, I wouldn't say it makes you a better driver. I'd say that's the time that you got to know when to call a cab.
When to say when?
I'm 31 years old and I've been partying like this for a long time and I've never had a DUI. That's because I call cabs when I'm drunk. If I get more than like 3 or 4 cocktails in me, I'll park the car, take a cab, ask somebody else to drive. I'm pretty responsible that way because I never want to take the responsibility of waking up in the morning and find out that I killed somebody's son that was riding his bike across the street. That would just tear me up.
Or just sitting in a jail cell, right? That'd be bad
What's
enough.
that?
Or just being in a jail cell, that'd be bad enough, huh?
Nah, that's the least of the worries.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd just be bumming you out because you'd have hurt somebody.
Because I hurt somebody else.
Right.
Yeah, it was innocent.
Right. Right. That is like the worst thing, getting behind the wheel when you're driving, or when you're driving.
Yeah, a couple cocktails.
You know what? Wait a second. That is the worst thing, to get behind the wheel when you're driving, because if you don't get behind that wheel, you're in.
The worst thing you can do when you're sipping a cocktail is drink. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's. You know what? You guys know what I meant, though. The worst thing you could do is get behind the wheel when you're drinking.
Yeah. Well, what's that old phrase? You don't want to drink and drive because you might hit a bump and spill your drink.
Yeah, it could be that, or kill someone.
Yeah.
So you have to give up one or the other.
What's that?
You have to give up one or the other. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just drink and let someone else drive. Right?
If you can afford it.
Charles can afford it.
Cool.
Right, Charles?
I can't afford anything. I can't afford to pay attention.
You can't afford to pay attention? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Well, you can afford, you wait a second. I don't know what we're talking about anymore.
Did you lose your train of thought?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're affording something, though.
You know, that's your prerogative, though. It's your show. You can do as you please.
Oh, how nice. My cat, Harry. Do you remember Harry Houdini?
Yeah.
He is grooming himself in front of me. Very funny, and he's been sleeping. And he is hilarious looking. And I know that what's going to happen is we're going to have really a lot of stupid pet stories.
Yeah.
I can see it now.
Well, there's nothing like starting off a topic with, I'm watching my cat lick its nuts.
Well, I like
That starts off a conversation like that.
I like the story of your friend's cat. What happened with your friend's cat? I like that story. Will you tell me? Will you tell Dan?
Oh, it was the house cat. I was laying on the couch, and I had a blanket. Oh, sweet Jesus! Laying on the couch with a blanket over me, and the cat decides to lay right between my legs. You know, I'm kind of half cocked to the side, watching TV, and the cat lays between my legs and starts, like, you know how they knead with their feet? They kind of like stretch them out and then pull them back, and they're kind of scratching, but they're not really scratching hard. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, the cat's doing that on my nuts. So I'm watching TV, I got the remote in my hand, and I got an automatic nut scratcher. And the girl's house that I'm at looks, and she goes, "Stop moaning now." And for 20 minutes, this cat went to town on me. It didn't bother me one bit.
And Charles, did you stop moaning so she wouldn't get jealous?
Yeah. I stopped moaning because it was her turn. I told her, look, the cat gave me instructions. Now follow through.
Yowza. Yowza. Okay, so why do you think people put up with so much bullshit? I told you why I think. What do you guys think?
I think it's because we believe that we can change people. We believe that people aren't as bad as they are. So no matter what they do, you always think, oh, it's going to get better. Because human nature is to always believe in the best. For most people. That's what I think.
Well, I think it depends on who you're getting it from.
What's that?
I think it depends on who you're getting the bullshit from. And you put up with bullshit at work because it pays your bills. You put up with bullshit at home because...
Yeah, but we're just talking a relationship.
Yeah, well, in a relationship, it depends. It depends on what you're getting out of it and who you are and what you think is important. And, people tolerate all sorts of things just because they don't want to change it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think convenience is a lot to do with it, too.
Yeah, people get married and then they start fighting, and sometimes being divorced is worse than being married. Some people like fighting. It's an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, they like the makeup process. They like they like a whole, I don't know why.
Yeah. I see people fight all the time, and they must like it or something because they keep doing it.
Right.
But I could certainly live without it.
Well, you think, Charles, you think that people put up with bullshit because of why now? What was it distilled?
Wait, say that again?
Sex. You think people put up with bullshit because of sex?
I can barely hear you. That was breaking up there.
Okay. You think people put up with bullshit because of sex?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
So what did you say the basic bottom line was for you? That why you think people put up with bullshit? It was because of sex?
I think it's because of sex. I think it's because at one time we were physically attracted. I think, Dan said it too. I think a lot of it is that we're comfortable. We don't want to have to go out and find another girl. What if we can't?
Well, you don't have that problem though, right? You just walk away, right?
Yeah, I just walk away.
Yeah, so you don't tolerate bullshit in a relationship, right?
Oh, I've tolerated bullshit. Kathy knows. I've put up with my fair share of shit.
But for sex.
For sex, for convenience, it's the same thing.
What about for love or any kind of emotional connection?
Very rarely would two people that love each other really, really fight, get that angry. I think if you truly love somebody, you love them because of who they are. So, two people in love generally won't break up. I think if the old phrase is, I love you to death, this just isn't working out, it's bull crap.
What should they do if it's not working out? Walk away.
Well, they do eventually. I just don't think right off the bat.
They put up with the bull because they think that they're going to change the other person.
Yeah, they think, they can change. Or what happens is two people fight and the other one misses the other. And then somebody said, I'll work on this. I'll be a little more attentive to your needs. I'll start caring about what you say and listen. Never happened.
So basically the kind of was like, not really.
It just never happened.
They say it, and they don't really mean it.
They say it, I think somewhere inside they think they mean it. And then all of a sudden, when they get back in the relationship, they get back at their girl, and they have dinner, and they're watching a movie, and the girl starts chewing her toenails again. He goes, that really is disgusting. I won't get used to that. Or the guy keeps, grabbing her hand, putting it on his ass, keeps farting on her hand. There's some things he's just not going to put up with.
Have those experiences happened to you?
I love those examples.
What, do you like those examples?
Yeah, I was wondering if that actually happened to you.
No, I don't know any girls that choose their own toenails.
Yeah, I think
I've known a couple of guys that actually have chewed their own toenails.
I think if she can chew her own toenails, that might not be such a bad thing.
And tried to put my hand somewhere for them to fart on.
Yeah, if your hands are cold, you got to use what you got.
If your hands are cold. So,
She is sexy. God damn.
Uh-oh, some woman just passed by.
It's just eye candy out here. That's all it is.
Got a lot of women out there?
Hey, can you hold on 1 second?
Yep. We can't speak if we're on hold with Charles. We can't do anything. We're holding on.
We're on hold.
We're on hold.
Yeah. Live my life on hold.
Ding, 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 ding.
That's
ding,
Jeopardy.
ding.
That's not hold music.
Okay, I had some beautiful hold music going.
Did you?
Oh yeah, for our audience that was listening that you had to put on hold. So, the audience of none.
We're about to have a problem.
Uh-oh, what's that?
My cell phone battery's about to die.
Oh, that's okay. Well, Charles, you know what? Really great talking with you. Thank you for being our first guest.
Oh, my pleasure.
Our
We
first.
recorded this, right?
Oh yeah, our first phone call,
I
Charles.
want to hear this.
Of course you do. Our first phone call. Thank you so much for being part of our show and being part of this.
What's up, Bubba? That's Ip4. Not TK. Hey, Ip4. Okay, my battery's about to die. I'll
Say
talk to you
hi.
guys later.
Talk to
Okay.
you later, Charles.
Bye, Charles.
Take care.
Well, that was
Odd.
phenomenal. Odd.
Odd.
That was strange.
Yeah.
He can be our travel. He can be our travel
Our travel guide.
Our travel guide.
Our
No,
travel guide, yeah.
he can be our travel girl guide or something. He can be our, like, he's always going to be where the party is. He can be our party guy.
He can be our party guide.
He can be our party guide. He can be our telephone party guide. We'll just check in with Charles every once in a while.
Charles in charge.
Charles in charge.
Charles on the run or something.
Charles in the run?
On the run.
On the run?
On the run.
Charles in the bar.
Charles at the bar.
Charles at the bar. Charles at the bar.
Charles in the mix.
Charles in the mix.
In the mix.
That's a good one. Charles in the mix. That's a very good one.
So what else do you want to talk about?
Well, let's not talk about everything that I want to talk about. Because I'm happy to talk about the things that you want to talk about, too. That's like that old takeoff. Like everything that we...
They still have a show, the Smothers Brothers.
Because they're great.
Still performing.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, that's what I wanted to do when we were kids, and you screwed me up. You.
Hey, I didn't know.
Yeah, I know.
What did I know?
I knew.
Oh.
But where were you?
You had plans.
I had plans.
Yeah, it's my fault.
But now the plans have changed, haven't they?
It's my fault, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
I blame you 100%.
You know,
You're responsible.
I wasn't really there. I know I looked like I was there.
You looked like
the
you
lights
were.
were on.
Yeah, but no one was home. I knocked a couple times.
No one was home.
You acted like you came out. There was
a
marionette that came out and played with me.
A marionette, exactly. I think that's a
ding,
good. I think that's a good metaphor for that.
Ding, 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 ding. You're my puppy.
There really was nobody there. You know, it
really?
Yeah, it's really tragic, frankly. And I hate to bring you down or something. So this guy,
I hate to bring you down.
This guy at work.
It's really tragic.
Yeah, he's actually.
I don't want to bring you down.
He's actually new.
But let me change the subject.
He's a building manager. Well, it's related, but it's funny.
Okay.
I hope.
Okay.
That's the plan anyway. So this he's a new building manager. I've been going to this building for over a year, and he's a new building manager for this site. So you know, I'm the regular, and he's sort of the new guy, even though it's his building. And he actually looks a lot like our stepfather, Bob. He has that haircut, and he has the glasses, and he has that sort of small teeth and a sort of shy grin, you know.
Nice.
Not an ugly guy, I don't mean that, but he looks a little bit like Bob, and I actually told him that it's disconcerting to talk to him because he looks like my stepfather. And he's a smaller guy, so of course I scared him, like I had some conflict with my stepfather that suddenly I hated this guy. So I had to tell him, no, it's all good, you know, it's just a little. And then I mentioned that, you know, he and our mother, you know, died in a boat 20 years ago. So I realized, you know, hey, sorry. I actually said to him, sorry to bring you down.
Just kind of like freaked him out.
Yeah,
man.
I freaked him out totally. I think you know. Yeah,
just tell our story and you'll freak people out. Okay.
It's pretty weird. You know, and you and I were talking about this a few weeks ago about how you have to think about what the consequences are going to be of when you talk to people and how you're going to be received and what they're going to think. You know, you do have to consider those things.
But you don't have to.
Well, especially in business. Maybe not so much in a personal relationship because you're just kind of hanging out talking. But in a business relationship, you do have to think about, you know, what they're going to see. You have to present yourself in a respectful and responsible way. And so you have to be careful the things you say and how you say them. Of course, you know that. That's part of sales, you know, is thinking about how you're going to be perceived. And I realized that they must think I'm crazy over there. I mean, I told you about the guy that, you know, I'm going, stuck my fingers in my ears and I'm going la 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 la. Because I thought it would be funny, and this guy didn't think it was funny at all.
Nobody in business is going to think that that's funny.
I'm 6 feet tall. I run about 260 pounds. Okay, if a grown man sticking his fingers in his ears and going la 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 isn't funny,
you want to kill yourself?
I don't want to live in that world. Okay,
get out then. Get out.
Because damn it, that's funny. But he took it as offense, like I was insulting him or something. So,
because you were playing around.
Because I was playing around.
You were playing around, and you probably hurt his feelings.
I think I hurt his feelings.
You
but
hurt
of course,
his feelings.
He was a little guy, so he's.
He can't tell you that you hurt his feelings. He's a guy.
Yeah, he thought the big guy was making fun of him, and I wasn't. I was just trying to make him laugh.
Big guy trying to step on the little guy.
Yeah, trying to mock the little guy. You know. So, and that's not what I was doing. I was just trying to be funny. I was trying to be silly. You know.
Of course.
Which is what I love to do. I love to be silly. I love to make people laugh.
I'd like to see you stick your fingers in your la 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 la.
It was funny.
Be a pretty funny sight to see you do that.
Yeah, it was just silly. It was just trying to be goofy. You know, but I have to consider that because I have had a lot of unusual responses to my behavior, especially when I get loud or aggressive or something. I've watched people sort of shrink, and I realized rather quickly that they were afraid, and I didn't want people to be afraid of me.
Did you ever notice that you have a third eye?
Great radio.
Yeah,
I have a white mole right between my eyes.
That's your third eye. It's trying to grow.
Why would you call it that? It's not an eye. It's a white mole. It's not an eye. It's not an eyeball.
It's your third eye.
It senses no light. Okay, it's just a mole.
Oh damn!
You know, Gwyneth Paltrow had one, and she had it removed. I remember some movie I saw her, and she had it. I thought, hey, I got one of those. And then the next time I saw her, she was gone.
Hey, she doesn't have one anymore.
She's got money. She had it removed. So, you know, one of these days. But I got.
What do you think about that?
About what?
Having things removed.
Rich people who have whatever they want done to them.
Well, plastic surgery or changing or altering. You know, your God-given natural birth, whatever.
It is so.
Sacky.
It is so
sacky
common.
Bowl of water. Whatever, we're like just this one big
bags
of water, man. Just with water. Bacteria everywhere, inside, outside. We need them to function. We're leaky. We're stinky.
We're slimy.
Our hair falls out. Hair grows. It's just nails grow. We have to.
We're just barely stumbling through.
What the hell?
We're ranting.
Is going on with our system?
Crying.
We have to eat
constantly,
and then it comes constantly, and then it has to come out.
And then the stuff we
in
don't
kind
use,
of an icky way.
It's got to come out.
It's kind of an icky way. I'm sorry to say.
It's so icky.
It's pretty icky.
We are so
now,
icky.
But why are we so? We're so icky. But why are we so snooty about being so icky? Why don't we? If we're so icky and that's our nature, why don't we just icky it up? Why isn't icky beautiful? Why isn't icky like
that's a great question.
It like ooh, come here, sticky bastard.
That's
you know what I mean? Come here, you goozing, slithering.
Well, you know, that's why perfume was invented. That's why perfume was invented, because we're stinky.
Right.
Yeah.
And also why we have all the toiletries and the smells and the showers.
The constant cleaning. I am so tired of taking care of my body. I swear. This constant need to shower and wipe and spray, and I got ointments and unguents and
unguents?
I don't even know
what are unguents.
I think I'm a horse. I think that's for horses, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know what an unguent is. So.
It is. We're just sloppy, stinky messes, and we're just barely stumbling through. What I find fascinating is the need to go unconscious for a third of our life. I am just amazed by that.
What is that? And why do we go to the most trippiest places in our mind when we're sleeping?
Oh, that's amazing.
Why do we
the mind never shuts down.
Why do we have these amazing dreams
are so
that are
bizarre.
just so... And we call them dreams, but what are they really?
They are...
We don't know.
We don't know.
You don't know. No one knows, and that's what's really trippy. Everybody's
we don't know what it is.
We
don't know why we do it.
You know, interpretations and interpreters and stuff. And how do they know? How do they know?
They don't know. You know, the rule is that if you make 3 accurate guesses, people think you're an expert. And if you say things with enough conviction, people think you're an expert. That's just how it is. You present yourself as an expert, you say it with conviction, you can get 500,000 people to believe you. I mean, look at Scientology. That's just goofy. But then so are most religions. They're just goofy, but if you're brought up in that culture, you don't know the difference.
You've really hurt a lot of Scientologists, by the way.
I think I just insulted everybody, pretty much.
No, you actually mentioned just Scientology.
No, I mentioned all religions.
Oh, all religions?
Because all religions are like that. If you're brought up in that culture, it sounds reasonable to you because you don't know any different. It's the same with any technological device. You grow up with a telephone. You don't know how amazing they are. You grow up with a television. You don't know how amazing it is because you've always seen it. It's always been there. It's always been a part of your life. You don't know what it was like not to have one. But if you think back in history, they're very recent. Incredibly recent. When I was a kid, we had pagers and had to pull over to use the payphone.
Oh yeah, I remember
that
those
wasn't
days.
that long ago. And nowadays,
that's how I had to work.
Yeah, I remember those days too. You had to pull over and find a payphone, and then hope it wasn't too greasy. Ew. And now we walk around. Charles was at the beach and he's on the phone with us. How great is that? He's walking his dog at the beach and he's talking on the phone with us. So it really is just amazing the level of technology that we've achieved. Humans are amazing. We walked on the moon. For
40 years ago.
40 years ago. And we're talking about going to Mars. We're building a space station that's in orbit around the planet. That's unbelievable. It's magic, essentially. And it is unheard of as far as achievement of human beings to be able to do that sort of thing.
And why are we still such a leaky mess?
We are absolutely amazing because yet we do leak and yet we clean it up. And then we leak again and we clean it up again. So, I mean, what choice do we have?
Just to keep cleaning. Just
What
keep
choice?
cleaning, you little leaky bastards.
Yeah. we don't really have much choice, you know, because, yeah, we do view it as something to be ashamed of, but it is what it is. So there you have it.
Why do we view it as something to be ashamed of? Do you know?
Well, I think the standards of beauty, you know, change with the culture. And
what do you think about breast reductions or breast plastic surgery?
Augmentations?
Yeah,
That's
augmentations.
what you meant, right?
Yeah.
I know why you mentioned the other one, because you're considering it. But I think it's a modern tragedy that women feel compelled to get plastic bags of water put underneath their chest. I think it's unfortunate, but it is reality. It's the same with thick lips and, you know, and big eyes and perfectly shaped nose. I mean, look what Michael Jackson did to himself. You know, like his first face wasn't good enough. Suddenly he's got to make all these changes. He wants to look like Diana Ross. You know, it's unfortunate, I think. And it's one thing to repair damage and to undo maybe a cleft palate or a hair lip or something that is obviously a deformity, to repair that. But to get your lips plumped up, that just seems, well, of course it is superficial, but I also think it's almost tragic. Not that an individual would do that to themselves, but that we live in a society that says you should do that, and that that's a positive thing to do. You know, maybe having a six-pack, you know, maybe having a trim waist, maybe that's not the biggest deal in the world. Maybe having but that's not what our culture says. You know, that how you look is more important than who you are. And I think that's unfortunate, because I disagree. I think who you are is more important than how you look. You can't really change how you look. People get old. It happens. In the culture we live in, we're not allowed to get old. We have to be young and beautiful. When we're 50, 60, we still have to look like we're 20. Why can't we get old? Why can't we get wrinkles? Why can't we have wrinkles? You know, but this comes back to the expectation of constant youth and wanting to look young. It really is, you know, in some unattainable standard of beauty. And I think it's unfortunate. Some women attain it. I think it is a shame that that's the standard, that people aren't good enough the way they're born and the way we are. You know, but where do you draw the line? You know, at braces? You know, braces are for nice straight teeth, but that's also a practical matter, because if your teeth are out of line, then you're not comfortable. So there's a practical aspect to braces. A nose job are very common, you know, but do you really need a new nose? Having your eyes changed or having your hips liposucked? You know, it just seems like an odd standard to me. And my understanding is that Brazil is the highest per capita for plastic surgery. They get more plastic surgery done than anyone else in the world, even Americans.
Why is that?
Because they're incredibly vain. It's a huge industry down there, you know, breasts and faces and nip tuck, you know. And to me, it's just an impossible standard to live up to. But, of course, some people do rise to that standard. You know, I remember I saw an interview one time with Cindy Crawford, beautiful woman. And she said, you know, even I don't look like Cindy Crawford. The pictures you see are after 2 hours, 3 hours of makeup and hair. I don't look like that. And she said she made the point that one cover that she got, I think it was Vogue or Glamour or something, they digitally retouched her picture to make her waist slimmer. So even she doesn't look like that. And that's the standard that we're comparing, you know, normal people to. And I think that's the unfortunate aspect, is that however we look is never good enough. But it's not my choice. It's not my decision to say, hey, you're good enough. It's how people feel about themselves based on what society expects of them. I'm not society. And society does say you have to look this way, you have to act this way, you have to, this is the standard by which you will be judged.
I can't wait for society to say, it's okay, you bags of water leak and ooze all over the place and have your titties hang down to your knees.
It's okay to be old. I just want everybody to go, it's okay to be old.
Let the bags under the eyes be beautiful.
And the baby boomers are probably going to reach a point where they go, just chuck it all and say, okay, it's all right for me to look this way. It's not that big a deal. And maybe who I am is more important than what I look like.
Or what I do for others and myself and my family and how
who I am inside and what I think is important. My values are more important than my appearance.
But everybody judges everybody by the outside.
People are very visual, and we are excited and we are turned off by the visual aspect. No, what's the joke? I just read it a few hours ago in that book downstairs. In my sexual fantasies, no one loves me for my mind. That's the joke. So when we have physical aspects of our lives, we can't get past that. That is the first thing you see. And if that excites you or if that turns you off, that's, there's no next step. You know what I mean? If it turns you off, there is no next step, and who you are inside is never even revealed. So, that's the catch-22 of me saying that it shouldn't be this way, even though it is. And I'm subject to it as well. I don't look twice at an ugly woman. But I don't watch The Swan either.
You don't what? Watch The Swan?
The Swan.
Why?
I don't watch it.
Why?
I don't like those reality shows where they make people feel bad about themselves.
What's The Swan? Oh, I thought The Swan was... I'm sorry, I thought The Swan was a metaphor for, something beautiful.
No, it's a show on Fox where they...
Oh, what do they
take normal-looking women and give them hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of plastic surgery and then make them compete against each other in a beauty contest.
Really?
Yeah. You haven't even heard of that?
No.
Oh, well,
I have heard of The Swan on Fox, but I didn't know what it was about.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it was
They give these women complete surgical makeovers, and then they dress them up and march them out on a stage and put them in a beauty pageant.
Wow.
And I guess somehow they mock them in the meantime as well. I don't watch it, but
they mock them.
They apparently make them feel terrible about who they are in the meantime.
Why?
I don't know.
Aren't they supposed to be in competition?
Are
you supposed to build those people up?
I don't know. Maybe they do it pre-surgery to really, these doctors. I think they line them up before they get the surgery, and these doctors talk about everything that's wrong with them. But these women also have a great deal of personal problems as well, just like everybody does, and those are exposed in the show as well for some dramatic effect. It's
called ratings.
It is called ratings.
Not dramatic effect, it's called ratings.
Well, they do it for dramatic effect, and the dramatic effect drives the ratings.
Right.
Thank you. So, if we agree, then why are we arguing?
That's my point exactly.
Okay. I don't watch the show, but I have heard about it. I get all my news from Kevin and Bean. So.
Ah, Kevin and Bean is a resource. Okay, Kevin and Bean.
And they're hilarious, and they do talk about it on a regular basis because they are very much they're interested in their own ratings, I assume, and so they do discuss things that get high ratings.
Sure. Which
is the popular culture, which supports their pocket.
So the Swan actually supports all the plastic surgery and changing yourself and being humiliated.
But
nice.
So do Extreme Makeover. They do that as well. So does Nip Tuck, which is a dramatization, but the issue's the same. And this home thing, Extreme Makeover Home Edition, where they do your house in a week. Some of the houses they change, they're pretty nice. They're nice already. They're places I'd like to live. So... But,
so not in big favor of people doing plastic surgery.
I understand the drive, and I'm not immune to it myself, but I just think it's unfortunate that that's the world we live in, where people can't just be who they are. People can't look like who they are, and that we judge people based on how they look instead of who they are, and that is the first. But, I have the advantage of being a reasonably attractive man. I've been told I'm nice looking. I've gotten a lot of attention. when I was younger. I've gotten old and fat at this point, but
You're a good-looking guy.
and that's okay with me. I mean, it's okay for me to change. It's okay for my body to age because that isn't my standard. It's someone else's standard, and they're welcome to it. So, I mean, I understand that societal pull, so that societal pressure to be this or to be that. But it's not my standard. And I just think it's unfortunate that these people put themselves through so much to try and meet that standard. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree? Do you disagree? Care to add to that? Care to disagree with that?
No, I do. I agree with that. I think it is sad, but I do think that it occurs.
It does occur.
And I think that we're all affected by it, and I'm not quite sure how to change it, and it's kind of sad because that is people judge on the outside. We're not taught in another way, and that's
So let the revolution begin with me, right? I will be your rebel leader, and we will rebel against the societal norm.
yeah.
No, you can't get that excited. You got to be mellow about it.
Okay, Mom.
That's better.
All
I think
right,
you went too far the other way, though. You can be enthusiastic.
Yay!
You just can't get violent.
Okay.
Have you heard the good news?
Have you heard the news, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, that's my problems. I don't have good news.
I know, Dan. You have really bad news.
It's not bad news.
I'm just kidding.
It's just news.
It's just news. It just
the way
is.
it is.
It just
is
is news.
What is.
It just is
And
news.
if it makes you feel good, makes you feel bad, well, then maybe you want to examine why it makes you feel that way. Because what is. If you want to dispute what is, that's fine too. We can talk about that.
But for now,
I think
thanks
we're
for
gonna wrap
joining
this up.
us. Thanks for joining us on
Thanks for-
our show.
Yeah. Well, you know why we can do what we want?
Because
It's
our show.
Thanks for joining us on
our show.